Shalom, Israel. No matter where you are on the four corner of the earth, let us be welcome at YAHUWEH Sabbath day. Let's gather together again to closing the set apart day, the day of our YAHUWEH are set apart for me. I don't know about you. The day YAHUWEH had blessed, and He commands me to, if I love Him, to obey His commandment. And this is the time now for us to acknowledge YAHUWEH as the only creator, as we know the whole earth is upside down. As we see the whole earth is under confusion, it's the time now for the children of Israel, no matter where they are, to call YAHUWEH by His name and to worship YAHUWEH in spirit and the truth. The tribe of Yehuda, the tribe of Azaka, the tribe of Zebulun, the tribe of Dan, the tribe of Asher, the tribe of Naphtali, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Joseph, and the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of God, and the tribe of Shimeon, no matter where you are tonight. It's a time to teshuva, it's a time to turn back to our YAHUWEH. It's a time to listen to the sound of the shofar, the 911 call, pull over, and return to our YAHUWEH before it's too late, because the judgment day is at hand, my friend. What do you say? You need some news? Really?
Family members, friends. These are the truth that I knew.
What happened to them?
I'm sad, man.
It's not sad yet. I will say, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Babylon the Great, United States of America, on daily, it's going to be every second. You have seen nothing yet. Our people won't listen. They hear the word and toss it aside.
Come out of her, my people, my people, yeah.
Come out, my people. Get up before it's too late, my friends. The time is clicking, and the judgment day of YAHUWEH is near.
Zion. Come out of her. We at the end of the end times. This is Jacob's trouble.
It's not even yet the beginning of Jacob's trouble yet. Whatever you see, it's just the beginning. Repentance, your turn is required no matter where you are tonight. You see nothing yet. They hear the word and they toss it aside. It's written right there in Revelations. It says, come out of her, my people, my people. Come out of her, my people. That's what you got to get out before it's too late. Before it's too late. Come out of her, my people. It's too late. And I heard another voice. Who said what? What did it say?
Come out of her, my people.
What the reason?
That ye be not partakers
Really?
of her sin, and that ye receive not
Really?
of her plagues.
But do they listen to?
Come out of her, my people.
Do they think they're going to listen to you? They won't listen. That's the key word. They won't listen. They don't hear what the word say, what YAHUWEH said. My people, they don't hear me. The YAHUWEH is crying. YAHUWEH is speaking. They don't hear what the word say. And now they complain. YAHUWEH said to come out. You don't want to come out. Why do you learn from that?
Take us from
what happened?
Keep dying in Babylon.
Really?
Every day.
You don't see nothing yet.
Get out of her.
Really?
Stop letting Babylon score you.
Babylon going to score them every day because they are refused to listen. They are refused to listen to the word of Abba Yahweh. Shalom Aleichem. I am messenger Daniel. It is in the name of Yahweh. Welcome back, Yahushua Ministries. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Welcome to the closing of the blessing, the set apart day by Yahweh, as commanded the children of Israel over 3,500 years ago to remember the Sabbath day to obey its set apart. 6 days you shall labor, but the 7 days is the day of Yahweh your Creator. On the Sabbath day, you must do no work. Not you. Start from you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes. You looking at me? Yes, I'm talking to you. Not you. Not your sons. Not your daughters. Not your male servant. Not your male servant. Not your animals. Not even a stranger who's within your gate supposed to be do any work. Why? It's because for in 6 days Yahweh created the paradise, the earth, the sea, and everything on it. And Yahweh rested on the 7 days. Therefore, Messiah 2,000 years ago said, if you love me, obey my commandments, you will remain in my love. Just as a comparison, I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. So today, you are a bunch of hypocrites, double faces. You can deceive Yahweh. No, you deceive your own self. Because Yahweh already know your mind. He already know what is inside. So it's not by saying in your mouth and your mind is your heart is far away from Yahweh. No. You must love Yahweh with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. First Stephen, the first of all, when the children of Israel was slavery over 3,500 years ago, when something was happened to them, they was not take the street, burning up things, and asking the governments to destroy the government of Pharaoh or to do anything. No. Because they know they was not under the jurisdictions. They know they was enslaved. They know they was there because of their disobedience. They never go against, work against the government, destroy, fight with them, or asking them for justice. No, they was quiet to Abba Yahweh. But today there is a lot of you who forget what you are because of misinterpretation of the scripture, because of the deceptions, and because of blind leading other blinds. So it's not about men. Men cannot give you any justice because the system is wicked. So if the system is wicked for its own self, how can you gonna cry for the system to give you justice when the system is corrupted? The system is nothing but evil base. Whatever you say is the same system, is the same demonic 6,000 years ago when Cain was killed Abel and without hesitations. So today we are walking, we are doing this, but we are wasting our time. So the only things to do is to get back to Abba Yahweh. We cry to Abba Yahweh. We don't cry to a man. Just no man. But today everybody, instead of to choose into Abba Yahweh, they chose a system who is corrupted, a system who is evil-based. Abba Yahweh turned his back from this wicked world because our disobedience. So when we cry to a man, what a man gonna do for you? A man is a racist. A man don't like you. You are a slave. You are in bondage. You are in captivities. You don't have no freedoms, and you call for equal right, equal justice. Do you know how they call you? African Americans. Are you get it? You don't get it yet. That means you are not an American. So they give you a privilege to be here. Even you're born here, but you are not an American. You are an African. That's why they say African American. They don't say you are an American African. They say you are Africans American. What they put first, that means that's the way you are coming from. But you not understand. And second thing, The children of Israel never walk on the street, destroy the thing in Egypt, and asking for justice. No, they never asking justice the way you're doing things. You're almost doing things in the way, if you are the children of Israel, your justice must become from Abba Yahweh, not men. Not to take things in your end. It's a time now to realize no man above the law. There is a justice. Abba Yahweh is the judge. Abba Yahweh is the one who judged the earth by the kings YAHUWEH HaMashiach, though he was raised from the dead. Otherwise, no man can give you justice for what's going on, because it's okay. It is the system to take away a life when the sixth commandment say that should not kill. Anybody who kill another fellow citizen must be put to death also, without no question asking. So that police officer that should not be going to jail, he should be get killed, because he is guilty of killing a man. No matter he was guilty, he was innocent, it's not for him to take a life he cannot give. Yet again, Abba Yahweh can use him to fulfill his mission. Abba Yahweh can use him to do what he has to, because we are refused. As this song say, my people are dying. It's not because black and white, purple, yellow. It's about they are refused to listen to the word of Abba Yahweh. Everything is about rebellions. Everything is about stiff-necked people. Yahweh say all day long, I stretch my hand from a rebellious people who are refused to listen to me. I send my servant the prophet over and over, again and again. They are refused to listen. Instead of for them to listen, they kill my servant. So now we are in trouble. And we kill one another. We don't love one another. But now everybody after something. Everybody after something. Everybody after for their own agenda. It's not because for the guy, it's because everybody after their own agenda to make themselves know that Abba Yahweh say he has already appointed a time for everything. Abba Yahweh already appointed a time. Yahweh say, vengeance is mine. I will repay them. Vengeance is Yahweh. It's not yours. It's not me. Yahweh. If Yahweh is your creator, don't lean on your own understanding. Let Abba Yahweh taking care of what he has to take care, but not you. My friend, today is a Sabbath day. Let us be rejoiced in Abba Yahweh's Sabbath day. Let us be content in whatever the circumstances might be. What do you learn? As an Israelite, really? Tell me what you learn. We've got to keep the commandment. I was tired of being fed up. So I got the Bible and opened it up. I got the Bible and opened it up. Are you reading? What do you learn from it? You are a bunch of hypocrites. Yes, I was. Now I do my best to follow these laws. Yeah. And I decided I will stop playing games. I don't want to be the same. That's going to be up to you, my friend. Oh, no. I'ma change my life. I'ma do things right. Yeah. And even when it's hard, I gotta be faithful like he is to me. I'ma do my best to keep the commandments. If you don't want to keep it, that's your business, because the judgment is already upon yourself anyway. Really, you can play game all you want. And the truth, out the truth, back and forth too much. Really. You have a choice. What do you want to do now? What you decide? I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be the same. No, no.
change my life. I'ma do my best to keep the commandments.
Are you going to keep the commandments?
If I stay faithful, He'll be faithful to me. He won't let me fall down. He won't let me fall down. Oh, I know He loves me 'cause He died for me. And all of His I'ma stop playing games.
Really? When you going to be stopped? When you are under your grave, 6 feet above, right? Just that 6 foot of social distance. Really? You up there with fire, you don't even think, and you're up there with fire.
I'ma do my best to keep the commandments.
You have a choice, my friend. These songs, I'm going to put it again because I want people to understand what this song say. Let Abba Yahweh open up your ears and listen to the words. If you think you are an Israelite and you play game with Yahweh, you don't keep what? If you don't keep the commandment of Yahweh, you are not an Israelite. You are anybody. You can be the son and children of Satan, but you are not of the house of Israel.
And I saw that I was living wrong.
Really? Since when you see that? You try your best. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words, my friend. You cannot change your life. Only Yahweh can change it for you. Yes, He is hard. Yes. Do not depend on your own understanding. Lean on Yahweh and let Yahweh direct your path. Really? You just see that now?
And the truth, found the truth, back and forth too much. No. This time I'm gonna be faithful.
Really?
That's for sure.
Yeah. You deceive your own self, my friend.
I wanna live the way I did before.
When you gonna change it?
No. So I decided I'ma stop playing games. I don't wanna be the same. I don't wanna be the same. No.
How many of you want to be the same way you was? By taking the street and burning everything, what do you get from it? What do you learn from what's going on? The lesson is everything. If you cannot learn, you can see only one thing. That's when you see blind. You should follow other blind. Shema Israel. Stop playing game.
Like I used to be, no. I'ma change my life. I'ma do things right. Starting today, I'ma live a different way. Even when it's hard, it gets hard sometimes. Faithful like He is to me. That's alright. I'ma do my best. I'ma do my best to keep the commandments. To keep the commandments.
Talk is cheap, but actions speak louder than words. How many of you today will learn a lesson from what is going on all over the world? Since almost 3 months, the whole earth has been under confusions. Now it's more confusions because blind lead another blind. The most thing we have to know, if we are called ourselves, we are the children of Israel, we proclaim as claim to be an Israelites. We must lean on our YAHUWEH. We cannot depend on ourselves to walk on the street and asking for judgment, to brutalize what people don't supposed to be doing. The children of Israel spent over 400 years on the land of Mitzrayim as a slave. Whatever your actions, they never do that because they was always depend on Yahweh. And second thing, a woman cannot lead a man. If there is a leader, it must be come from a man. Second thing, our YAHUWEH, when the children of Israel was in captivity, was in slavery, was in bondage, our YAHUWEH is the one who called Moshe. He said, Moshe, I hear the voice of my people who are crying from the tax maker. I will send you to Egypt to rescue my people and bring them back to me. Moses said to Yahweh, who am I? Who am I? Today, everybody wants to be a leader. But even Abba want to make Moshe a leader. Moses said, who am I to go before Pharaoh? Because he knows who is Pharaoh. He knows he cannot stand before Yahweh. So Yahweh said, I will be with you. Well, you say, man, do you know something? Send somebody else. I'm not going to go. But today, everything's, instead of for people to cry to Abba Yahweh, they hit the street. They're doing things they don't supposed to be doing because blindly they're blind. So there is a physical blindness, there's a spiritual blindness. So if you're blind, lead another blind. We're both going to fall at the same pit. Today, everybody sing only one guy's songs. Black, white. But it's not about black and white. It's about Yahweh says justice is mine. Vengeance is mine. So whatever happens in our life, we cannot have any control or hit the street, go there, destroy, burning up things. No. If there is anyone who have the right spirit, you cannot chase hate by hate. You can chase hate by love. This scripture talking about love, not hate. Because remember 6,000 years ago, when Cain was slay his brother, kill his brother, Abba Yahweh go to Cain, say, Cain, where is the blood? Cain say, what are you talking about? Do I am supposed to be my brother keeper? Yahweh say, I hear your brother blood crying on the ground. He said, man, you must be crazy. You must be drunk. You high. I do not know what you're talking about. I do not know. But Abba Yahweh before that tell Cain, Cain, why are you so angry? If you're doing right things, you don't think you would be acceptable also. But if you are refused to do what is right, sin is causing right there at your door waiting for you. Because his desire is to master you. Don't let it master you. Master him. But today, we are living on the enemy territories that we think is ours. You are living as a slave. You think you are free. Until you acknowledge you are here in the United States of America, Babylon the Great. You are in slave, you are in bondage, you are in captivities. Until you realize that you will never free. If you think you can free yourself by walking, by chanting, by talking about black and white, purple, yellow, purple, dark, you're all wasting your time. It's a time now to seek Yahweh. It's a time now to know about your Creator. It's a time now to teshuva. Millions of people take the street, but they kill one another. They hate one another. They fight between one another. When you're going to start by love one another as blood, work together, sit down together. It's not when there is an emergency you try to get together. You are a bunch of hypocrites. It's there is something you try to get together. And when there is nothing, you kill one another. You're against one another. You fight between one another. You hate each other. You cannot get along together. And now, and suddenly people try to be a leader because of the circumstances. No, it's not Yahweh. That's Satan. So the promised land is not the United States of America. America is a land full with blood, sorrow. By Yahweh said, the United States of America is a land who don't have no respect for the elders, neither for the youngs, neither for anybody. So when a country is dealing with Satan, with Satanic, that's why our Bible says, come out of her, my people, if you do not want to be partaker on her sin and to share in her plagues. My friend, I would like you to listen to that music one more time, and you tell me what do you think. Because I love that music. There's a message for some people out there. And I want you to listen what this song says. If you are an Israelite, what you should be doing? What you have to do? Do you know anything about the 6th commandment, about the 4th commandments? Obey the Sabbath day, that should not kill. And you call yourself an Israelites, right? Right. Remember, only one thing you can do, you can only deceive your own self. I do not impress by changing off your name.
Yes, I would. Now I do my best to follow these laws.
Do your best to follow it. It's up to you. Stop playing games, start playing games, that's up to you.
I'ma change my life, I'ma do things right.
Don't let it be too late.
Even when it's hard, I gotta be faithful like it is to me.
Really?
I'ma do my best to keep the commandments.
Keep the best to keep the commandments. It's not about just call yourself you are Israelites. Because you black, you think you Israelites. No. It's not all the descendants of Israel who are Israel in the first place.
This time I'm gonna be faithful.
Really?
That's for sure.
Yes, if you want to. Yeah, we don't force nobody.
I don't wanna live the way I did before.
That's your business. You have a choice. Because the gate of hell always open.
I don't wanna be the same. I don't wanna be the same. No, no. I'ma change my life. I'ma do things right.
That's up to you. As a driver of yourself, make that decision. Really?
I'ma do my best to keep the commandments.
If you want to, it's about love. If you are willing, not want, but willing, you get that right. Yahweh not going to never fall you down. Shema Israel, Shema Israel, no matter where you are tonight. Come on. You want to live a joyous life without sickness, without disease? Obey Yahweh commandments. Talk is cheap, actions. Put your faith to work. Start by working by sight. It is time to working by faith. Faith is the substance for things to come.
Keep the commandment.
Let's thank Abba Yahweh to give us a second opportunity and to come together and to close the Sabbath day as a custom, as is a time for everybody, the children of Israel, no matter where you are. Say Shabbat Shalom to all of you, no matter where you are. Tonight is another time. Tonight is another day. The day is to thank Yahweh, to praise Yahweh, and to observe Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, thank you for your service, and thank you for the breath of life you give it to me, and for your YAHUWEH. Abba Yahweh, thank you for the audience, thank you for the listeners, thank you for the viewers, and thank you for your people, and thank you for everyone's Abba Yahweh, no matter where they are on the four corners of the earth. I say Shabbat Shalom to all of you. May Abba Yahweh peace. Whoever get the ears to hear, let Abba Yahweh open up your ears and let you listen. Let Abba Yahweh word sink into your mind. 6,000 years humanity has taken over the earth. But 6,000 years is the 6,000 years of misery, sickness, deceptions, lies, and cruelty. 6,000 years they don't do nothing. But the Tankans, they're in control. But Satan rule over the earth because Yahweh is tired to stretch his hands and the stubbornest people who never want to listen and to obey to him. Now we face a situation. Yahweh ways, or you're gonna dead no matter what. You're gonna die. I'm serious. You're gonna die. It's better you're looking for Yahweh, you're seeking for Yahweh, or you're gonna get killed no matter what. By accidents, by shooting, by killing, by shot, by everything. Because Yahweh already make its plan. Whatever we see, it's not that in Jacob trouble yet. So whatever we see, it's nothing yet. So if we don't think we are in captivities, if we don't think Abba Yahweh mean business when it say, if you are refused to obey its commandment, it will send you back to Egypt by ship, on the trip you will never see again. There you will be offering yourself as a male and female slave, and no one gonna be by you. But there is most of you who feel like comfortable with this system, but never realize that they are in bondage, they are in slavery. Because you have a car, you have a job, you're working, you have a big bank account, and you feel satisfied with the system, and you think you are not in slavery. And then I will tell you tonight you are in slavery. And no matter what you think is wrong, they teach you the wrong way. They've been lied to you from A to Z. You are not an American. You are an African. Because first they was called you Negro. After that, they call you black. After that, they call you Africans, Americans. So if you are born in a country, why there is only you, they put a tag in your neck. They call you Africans, Americans, when you think you are an American. No man can have two nationalities. You cannot be called from Africa and America at the same time. But nobody ever see that. No man have two nationalities. I'm not going to go to that today. Anyway, it's to see or blind because we go to school. We are geniuses, we got doctors, we are this by time, we are a bunch of stupid fools. Because we're blind. Abba Yahweh do not give knowledge, he give wisdom. So you might be full with knowledge, but you have no wisdom, no understanding. That's why you're so blind. That's why whatever they give you something, they tell you it's blue, it's black, you say yes, it's blue. I have a dream, I have a dream. What kind of dream? That was Martin Luther King dream. That was not Abba Yahweh will. Moses never said, I have a dream. Moses never say he see the promised land until Yahweh will show to him the promised land. I cannot say I see the promised land until Abba Yahweh show me the promised land. If Abba Yahweh don't show me the promised land, I cannot say I see the promised land. That's a bunch of lies. That's a deception. I have a dream, I have a dream. One day, black and white, purple, yellow. That can never be happen in the United States of America. You will never see that happen because United States is not your country. You are enslaved. You are in bondage. You are in captivity because of your rebellions. Until you understand you are not an American, you are an African. That's why they told you you came from Africa. Even you are not coming by sheep, but your ancestors was coming here by sheep. So they still consider you as a slave. You have no right whatsoever. The Constitution is not for you. July the 4th is not for you. But you think it's yours. My people are destroyed because they get too much knowledge from Satan. When you go to school, you don't get no wisdom, you get knowledge. That's why you're so stupid, you're so dumb, but you think you know everything. It's too coward and Abba Yahweh. Only Abba Yahweh can rescue you. Trump cannot do anything for you. Trump can't even save himself. Do you think Trump can do anything for you? No. The children of Israel was complaining to Yahweh, not to Pharaoh, not to the system. The system is evil based. The government represents Satan. If Satan is your enemy, what do you think they're going to do for you? If you have to cry, call upon Yahushuah Messiah. Abba Yahweh, we come before you tonight. Your people has been misled. Your people has been living on lies and deceptions. Whatever they teach them in school, home, no matter what they teach them, they never teach them about you. They teach them about men. They teach them about Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, but nobody teach them about you. They think they should be teach about you to remove them from the public is the prayer and the commandments and the law of nature. You might be not see gravity, but gravity is exists, my friend. The law of gravity is exists. You might be thinking it's not exist, but it's there. You might be not see that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It exists. Abba Yahweh, if it is by your will, please let your will be done on earth as it is in paradise. Abba Yahweh, please open up my lips. May my mouth may declare your praise in the name of Yahushuah Messiah. Abba Yahweh, you see so many things happen. You see what is going on all over the world, especially in the United States of America. Abba Yahweh, they don't ask you for help, but I will ask you on their behalf for help, for what's taking place, for what is going on. I know it's not the time now for you to re-intervene, but you will participate and you will protect those who are yours. My friends, my beloved, 3,500 years ago, that should not kill, grave of graven. When Abba Yahweh says something, most people thinking Abba Yahweh drink. He drunk when he says something. So nobody take Abba Yahweh very seriously. But they take Trump very seriously. They respect Obama. They respect Trump because he's a man. But nobody respect Yahweh. You all play with fire. You do not know you play with fire. Trump is not the creator. Trump is a creation just like all we are. Why everybody afraid Trump, afraid Obama, but they do not afraid Abba Yahweh? Why everybody afraid about to worry a mass when the man's telling you to worry a mass? To get it 6 feet about social distance, you're all accepted. Sanitizer, you're all. Studently, you're all going to be accepted to receive the vaccination, the mark of the beast. without questions, without hesitation, because it is easy to follow the crowd and get lost. Why billions of billions of people want to disobey their Creator when there is a very simple word say, if you love me, obey my commandments? My friends, Shalom. What could Numbers 11 chapter 33 mean? Could your Creator contradict himself if meat was okay to consume? Then your Creator, the Almighty Creator, why do them getting angry among the children of Israel? Not only angry, but Yahweh sent a plague that killed all who gather and those to consume the quail. Find out why your Creator was filled with anger. My friends, when Abba Yahweh put Adam and Eve on the Garden of Eden, what on this earth, what was the food Yahweh, the Almighty Creator, command the man he eat freely to eat for food? What does Genesis 1st chapter verse 11 state that? What Genesis 1st chapter verse 29 state? And what Genesis 2 chapter verse 16 mean? Do you still live according to the same commandments for Adam and Eve? On what is proper to consume, let us discover what was commanded to eat as Yahweh was promised. On the book of Genesis, on the book of Bereshit, 2 chapter verse 11, then Yahweh said, let be the earth produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the earth that be fruit with seed in it, according to the various kind, and it was so. Listen carefully. For those who are thinking, you can eat whatever you please, whatever you want. You can't. Is it in the scripture? And the law has not been done away, neither the commandment of Yahweh that should not kill. It's not a choice, it's a commandment. Until the children of Israel go back to Abba Yahweh, whatever we see, it's just the beginning of the birth pain. Then Yahweh say, let be the earth produce vegetations, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the earth that be fruit with seed in it. Why he make sure he say with seed in it? For reproductions. If you don't have no seed, you don't need it. Yahweh create everything with seed in it for reproductions. My friends, according to the various kind, and it was so. Then Yahweh say, let the earth produce with vegetation. How many of you today, since the last time you eat vegetation? Since the last time you eat vegetable? Since the last time, everybody want to eat meat. Everybody want to eat pig. When Yahweh say, not even they are unclean for you, they are also an abomination. You don't supposed to be even touch the dead bodies. Is an abomination. But you don't care because there's a kosher pork made by the Jewish people. Verse 12, the earth produce vegetations, not animals. Yahweh don't create his animals, he create vegetation for you to eat. Seed-bearing plants. Why Yahweh say seed-bearing plant? Seed-bearing plant. not animal to eat, to consume as meat, but seed-bearing plant. According to the kinds, and trees, again, trees, plant and trees, bearing fruit. That's why I will give it to you. Green plants and fruit for food, not meat. With seed according to the kind, and Yahweh say it was good. That's 2 verses. We see our Yahweh since the beginning. Our Yahweh never permitted any man to kill any of his animals. Let's take the book of Genesis now, first chapter, verse 29. Let's call it Genesis, first chapter, 29 to the witness stand. Let's see what he has to say. Genesis, first chapter, Bereshit means the beginning. It's not something now, it's something since the beginning, over 6,000 years ago. And nothing changed. Men change, but Yahweh say, I am Yahweh, I change not. Yahweh is not a politician. It's not change his mind. Yahweh is not Trump. Yahweh doesn't change. Yahweh is not a man. And neither is don't need to be repent. My friends, and Yahweh said, behold, I give in you every green herb bearing seed which is upon the whole earth, and every tree in which is the fruit, and the tree yielding seed to you, it should be for food. Do you say you can eat, you can kill the animals? No. That shall not kill is not exempt from abortions, birth controls. Whatever killing is killing. Yahweh said that shall not kill, that shall not murder, because the blood, the life is in the blood. There's a lot of secret you do not understand. When Yahweh was bread in the men nursery, what kind of bread for the men to have the bread of life? So we're not going to go to that today. Then Yahweh said, behold, I give you every seed bearing plant on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit contains seed, again, they will be yours for food. That's 3, right? Let's go to the book of Genesis 2 chapter verse 5. Why Yahweh was not give rain under the earth is because there's one thing missing under the earth. Let's go to the book of Genesis, the book of Bereshit, 2 chapter verse 5, and see what he has to say to us. Now, no winds of the field has yet appeared on the earth, nor had any plant of the field sprouted. For Yahweh has not yet put a wind upon the earth, and because there is no man, because there was no man to cultivate and to take care of the earth. So Yahweh never wastes nothing. Even the wind, you don't send the wind, because even if you send the wind, there is nobody to cultivate the earth. That's the reason why Yahweh say, I'm going to create men to put on the face of the earth, to take care of the earth, and to cultivate the earth, not to eat my animals. When we take the book of Genesis 2 chapter verse 9 state that, and out of the earth, Yahweh made to grow every tree that is pleasant for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge, the good and evil, was also on the Garden of Eden. Now, let's call the book of Genesis 2 chapter verse 15 to the witness stand. Let's see the testimony of Genesis 2 chapter verse 15 and 16. Genesis 2 chapter verse 15. Yahweh the Almighty Creator took the man and put the man on the Garden of Eden to do what? To take care of the earth and to cultivate the earth. How many of you today who want to take care of the earth? How many of you today who want to cultivate the earth? Because it's a low-class people who have to take care of the earth. You all want to be a doctor, a engineer, educated, everything, but you don't want to take care of the earth. What you're eating now, trash, garbage, processing food. Because you think you're too much, you're too big, you get too much pride. I cannot cultivate the earth. I cannot take care of the earth. I will destroy it. I'm going to the moon. I'm going to the sky. They lied to you about Apollo 14, 15, 16. They're going to the moon. You think anybody can go to the moon? Must be thinking twice again. Verse 16. And Yahweh command them, and you are free to eat from any tree on the garden. What Yahweh command them in? He created them in, saying, you may surely eat of every tree of the garden freely. The animals was there also on the garden. Why he never permitted the man to eat and eat animals? My friends, now let's take the book of 1 Samuel 15 chapter verse 22. But Samuel said to Saul, what is more pleasing to Yahweh? Your burnt offerings and sacrifice, or obedience to Yahweh's voice? What is more important? Sacrifice, the burnt offerings, or obedience to Yahweh's voice? Just like you today. What is more important? Obedience or sacrifices? Obey Yahweh's voice. Why me say so? I said 2,000 years ago, if you love me, obey my commandment. He don't force you. He said those who love him. When somebody loves you, you don't need to force nobody to do something, because you do because of love. Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is when you obey. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And submission is better than offerings, the fat of rams. Most of you thinking love is just loss. Love is to listen. Love is obedience. Love is submission. Love is a commitment. When you love somebody, you will do anything. Anything means anything, not something. And there is no limitation in love. When you love, you're not going to scratch your head, see if. No. When you love somebody, even you die for that person, you don't care. Just like if I die for Yahshua, I don't care, because I love him. He died for me. If I die for him for the truth, I have no problem. That's love. You cannot be love somebody, you're scared to do something for that person. You're scared something might be happen to you. If you have the spirit of fear, that's not came from Yahweh. Because Yahweh give me a spirit of love, but it did not give me a spirit of fear. My friends, submissions is better than offerings, the fat of rams. And obedience, listen to the voice of Yahweh, is better than sacrifice. My friends, in the book of Matthew 12 chapter verse 7, if you had known the meaning of desire mercy, not sacrifice, you will not have condemned the innocent people. Today, you see that's that the thing happened in the United States of America. It's because those people have no mercy. They do not know what mercy, what desire means. They don't have no compassion. They have no love. So their heart is hard, just like a demon's incarnate. That's why you can see. Because the way they train them, what they put inside of them, the shot they give it to them, the vaccination they give it to them to like animals, just like a lions. You see, when they don't see you, that's why you see when a person see you, you see, they look like just like you are crazy. Just like you out of your mind. Because the way they treat them, the way they grown up. I was growing up, I was do one things. When I was growing up, even you don't see, but you can smell the breath of your mother. And the smell you get, you get smell from your mother. But today they just give people some kind of milk. You don't even know what kind of milk they give it to them. So they make them just like the animals. That's like they grown up that way. Because you allow that to happen. Instead of to breastfeed them, and you give them milk because you're too poor, you cannot smell milk. My mother was giving me breastfeed for 2 years. She bless. My friends, 1 Samuel 52:30. But Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to Yahweh, your burnt offerings and sacrifice, or your obedience to Yahweh's voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than offerings, the fat of rams. Messiah 2,000 years ago stated that if you had known the meaning of I desire mercy, not sacrifices, you will not have condemned the innocent people. I desire mercy, not sacrifices. How many of you who understand that parables? I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Let's take the book of 1 Samuel 13, chapter verse 13. You have acted foolishly, Samuel declared to Shaul, King Saul. You have not kept or obeyed the commandment of Yahweh your Creator. Yahweh gave you. You would have established your kingdom over Israel forever. Now, Yahweh rejected you because you reject Yahweh's commandment. Listen carefully. For those of you who rejected the commandment of Yahweh by listening to your pastors, to your ministers, to your elders, and to your spiritual leaders, lie to you, the commandment has been done away. Until today, no one can prove it. Where the commandment, where is in the scripture say, the commandment has been done away. You confuse between the laws and the commandments. My friends, you have acted foolishly. We acted very foolishly. Declare Samuel to Saul. You have not obeyed the commandment of Yahweh your Creator give you. If you had Yahweh, you have established your kingdom over Israel forever. But because of you rejected Yahweh's commandment, now Yahweh also reject you as a king. My friends, deceptions upon deceptions, lies upon lies. The scriptures say, if anyone speaking but not according to the word of Yahweh, that person don't have Yahshua in his life. The truth is Yahshua. When we talk the book of Psalm, the book of Tehillim, 51 chapter verse 17, the sacrifice of Yahweh are a broken spirit. The sacrifice of Yahweh are a broken spirit. You know what broken spirit means? This that King David was there with a broken spirit. He was always fasting and praying, seeking, searching for Abba Yahweh. That's a broken spirit. A broken and contrite mind of Yahweh you will not despise. Abba Yahweh love those who have broken spirit. The 6 commandments those who are living in the United States of America and everywhere in the world. The sixth commandment, you must not kill, or you must not murder. Does it apply to human only? What if you are a hunter? Will it be acceptable to kill the animals that Yahweh your creator create for meat to consume as food? It is possible to take something as life when you cannot give it back? Perhaps the sixth commandment has been done away, maybe, because that's what it says. The commandment has been done away. You believe that, right? Wrong. The book of Leviticus 11 chapter verse 42, it states that you are not to eat any creature that moves along all the earth, whether it's moved on its belly, or walk on all of fours, or on many feet, it is unclean for you. Not even it's unclean for you. The book of YAHUWEH 11 chapter verse 42 stated, what does it mean? Is there a significant for you? What if you simply touch something unclean? Does this apply for all mankind today? Or perhaps it might be just been done away also? No, longer apply for today's world. Discover water, it is still an unclean act. And why? The book of Leviticus, the book of YAHUWEH 3 chapter verse 17 stated, you must never listen the word. You must never eat of fat of blood. This is a permanent law for you, and it must be observed from generation to generations wherever you live. Hello. This is not a choice, it's a commitment. The book of YAHUWEH 3 chapter verse 17 stated that you must never eat. Never mean never. You have to hear the word never. Never mean never. That's it. Any kindergarten infant can understand when you say never eat fat or blood. This is a permanent. Those who put the permanent in the air, this is a permanent. Those who have a permanent residence is a permanent. It's forever. For you, and it must be observed from generation to generations. Whether you are living or not, then that's. I know there's a lot of you not going to like it because you love to eat meat. Especially those Haitian people, those Jamaicans, those black Americans who love bacon, fried pork, griot, whatsoever. I know you're not happy. You have to stop by eating them. That's why you get sick. That's why you're so weak. That's why you spend so much time see a doctor. Because what you put in your stomach, you don't supposed to be. My friends, that you are not to eat any creature to move along that. What could it possibly mean? What is a command from Yahweh, the Almighty Creator? Or do we have a choice? Does it apply for today's world? Or who could it even apply for? Perhaps Leviticus 3 chapter verse 17 might be done away or nailed on the cross just like they say for the others, for you. That's Leviticus 3 chapter verse 17. Leave any room for you to choose whether your Creator allow you to touch or to consume any of animal for meat. Discover water, it is still forbidden, and why? My beloved, Shalom, what is kosher? Can kosher be found in the scripture? No. Can any meat products be found or made into kosher? Of course, yes. Is kosher possible into the world? Yes, because that's the way they make a lot of money. Many grocery store meat shelves today, you will find the word kosher on 8 labels. But what makes them kosher? It is the Jewish Orthodox traditions, or this is comment from our YAHUWEH, the Almighty Creator. Discover what is kosher and what is the meaning of kosher and whether it is important for you. The book of Isaiah 66 chapter verse 3. But whoever sacrifices a bull is like one who kills a person. And whoever offers a lamb is like into one who breaks a dog's neck. And whoever make a grain offering is like one who presents pig's blood. And whoever use a memorial incense is like one who worship and graven images. They have chosen their own ways, and the delights and the abominations. They have chosen their own ways, and the delights and the abominations. Why the scriptures say, whoever sacrifices a bull, it's just like one who kill a person. That means if you kill animals, it's just like you kill a fellow human beings also. But you consume an animal every day, you take a pleasure in that. Whoever offered a lamb is like one who break a dog's neck. If our YAHUWEH can go to that to you to give you that example, is because he never permitted any man to harm or to consume or to kill any of his creations. Anyone who grant a grain offering is just like one who offers pig blood. But the main thing is, in this verse, is when he said, they have chosen their own ways, and the delight and the abomination. That means we have chosen their own ways instead to follow the footsteps of our YAHUWEH, the word of our YAHUWEH. That's why the meaning, my people are dying because they are refused to listen. The book of Hosea, 1st chapter, verse 6 stated, my people are destroyed because they have too much knowledge. Because you rejected wisdom and accept knowledge, so I reject you as a kingdom of priests. What is wisdom? The commandment of YAHUWEH. What is understanding? The commandment of YAHUWEH. If you don't have them, you have nothing. You are empty. When I say empty, empty, just like empty can. That's why those people, they make a lot of noise. Because an empty can always make a lot of noise. But when you take a heavy can, a full can, it just drop, boom, it sit down there. But when you see empty can, it blah, 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 make a lot of noise. So don't worry about those who make a noise. Because they choose their own ways, and they delight in the abominations. Why they are delights in the abominations? Let's get back to the book of Proverbs 28 chapter verse 9. What he said. You get it? Okay, let's start. If anyone turn his ear from hearing the commandment of YAHUWEH, even his prayer is an abomination. So if you do not choose YAHUWEH way, you choose your way, hey, you choose your own abominations. Abomination. to be honest with you, I don't think it's guaranteed you're going to receive forgiveness. Because there is something we do not want it. Especially when you are self-arrogant. Will love people who are ignorant. That's the reason why 2,000 years ago, Messiah said, Father, forgive them because they do not know what they're doing. Why you think Yahweh do not forgive Adam? Because he was arrogant, self-arrogant. He was not ignorant, because Yahweh gave him a comment face to face. He chose to disobey Yahweh. And set up to be obedience to Yahweh's voice, he listened to the voice of the woman. That make us what? Is still to the paying the price and the consequence of Adam's disobedience of the voice of Yahweh. My friends, the book of Deuteronomy 14 chapter verse 8 stated, and the pig, those who love eat pig, those who love to eat swine. I know you don't like me, right? I'm your friend. I just love you. But if you hate me, I don't care. But I have to tell you the truth. That's what love is all about, tell you the truth. The book of Deuteronomy 14 chapter verse 8. And the pig, because it parts of the hoof, but does not chew the cord, it is unclean for you. The flesh you shall not eat, and the dead bodies you shall not touch, because it is what? An abomination. Hello? Are you there? So those people who are consuming pig, fried pork, quail, ham, bacons, do you know what you put in your stomach? You put sickness, disease, plagues. No wonder you spend all your time see a doctor and pain, weak, lack of energy, because you consume what you don't supposed to be consumed. Yahweh saying no is no. But you always listen to the voice of the Satan who say you're not going to die. And who's going to pay the price, Satan or you? Who is suffering today? You go to this doctor to say, doctor. Do you think a doctor can heal you? No. Because the problem you face today is with your Creator. He told you not to consume these animals because not even it's unclean for you. It is an abomination, but you don't care. You don't give it them. Now, what you get is what you deserve. Because you refuse to listen. My people are dying because they are refused to listen to the word of Yahweh. Are you there? If Yahweh saying you don't supposed to be eating pig, not consume any of the creature who moving on the face of the earth, that should not kill, apply to the same thing. Are you give life? Why you take life when you cannot give life? You don't supposed to be even cut a tree. You are not the one who won't plant the tree. Today you have an avocado or mango in your backyard. You are the one who won't plant them. People who was plant them for a reason. If they was thinking the same way, wicked just like you, you're not going to avocado tree or mango tree or coconut tree in your backyard. You get it because somebody was planted. Even I'm not eat on it, but somebody going to eat from it. That's why I say, I'm not coming to destroy or to abolish, but I'm coming to fulfill. But in most of you coming to destroy. Abba was put them in to taking care of the earth and to cultivate the earth. But this generation, instead of for them to take care of the earth, instead of for them to cultivate the earth, only one thing they're doing is scientists, is an atomic bomb, is a nuclear weapon to destroy the earth when we should be protect what we get. Now they are afraid of global warming or whatsoever they say, because they know what they do to the earth. Now they're afraid about global warming. They are afraid. My friends, let's take the book of 1 John 3 chapter verse 4. Everyone who make a practice of sinning also practice lawlessness. Sin is what? Is lawlessness. Anyone who sin is sin. There is no small sin, there is no big sin. When you sin, is sin. Point blank. Why Moses do not enter into the promised land? For me, for you, is a small sin. But for Yahweh, he don't consider a small sin or big sin. You sin against him, that's it. You done. 86, Sakabo, finito. That's it. Sin is sin to our Yahweh. It's a small sin, it's a big sin. After over 40 years, Moshe leave everything he has to serve Yahweh in spirit and truth. Over 40 years, leave his family, leave everything behind to serve Yahweh. With everything, his mind, his soul, he love Yahweh. There is only one who talk to Yahweh face to face. Because Abba Yahweh commanded him to do something, but he was so angry because of the children of Israel. Instead of for him to talk to the rock, he struck the rock twice. And secondly, he said, here, I give you water. Yahweh said, what? You give them water? You show me disrespectful, Moshe. How come you say, I give you water? For you, it's a small mistake, right? But Yahweh don't see it that way. Sin is a sin. He said, Moses, you sin against me. Guess what? I love you, Moshe. But guess what? I will show you the promised land. But you cannot enter to it. Not this time, Moshe. I love you. But not this time, Moshe. You sin against me. So Yahweh don't play dice. If Moses do not enter the promised land because he sinned against Yahweh, that's why the scripture make it clear to you to understand. Since the beginning, Abba Yahweh said to Adam, you may eat everything freely. Freely, that's a big privilege. When you under your parents' roof and you can eat anything you want, you don't care about the bills. You don't care about nothing. You care about just get up, do whatever you want, come and eat and get up. You don't know about nothing. But it was not enough. You may eat everything freely. Every trees, but except the tree who was on the midst of the garden, the tree of knowledge, the good and evil. The day you eat from it, you will certainly die. Do you care if you die or not? No, just like you today. You don't care to eat pig, to eat meat, to eat all trash, all processing food. Even the FDA, the scientists say the food is no good, the pork is no good, the meat is no good for you to consume. President Trump used his executive power to let them open because he wants to kill you. Stop eating meat. Abba will give you every green plants and tree bearing fruit with seed for food. He don't told you to eat animals. What you think is a pork is not pork. What you think is ham is not ham. What you think is chicken is not chicken. What you think is vulture, turkey, you don't supposed to be eat nothing anyway, but they give it to you, you consume them. That's why when you finish and you feel like you're like a zombie. Because you eating things you don't supposed to be put in your body. You become a lack of energy. When you finish it, you should be get energy. But the food you are eating is a poison. It cannot kill you in one day. But little by little, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it's going to kill you. Stop eating meat. Our Bible say you don't supposed to be. It's better you listen to Yahweh or you're going to get what? You're going to get killed. You're going to spend all your money, all your life, go see a doctor. A doctor cannot do nothing for you. Because you have a problem with your Creator, with Yahweh. The doctor cannot heal you. If the doctor can heal you, good luck to you. My friends, everyone who make a practice of sinning, when you keep on sinning, you keep on disobeying your Creator, it's not Satan who set his face against you. It's not white man who set his face against you. It's not Edomite. It's your Creator, Yahweh, who set his face against you. It's not Satan who is a greater than your enemies. By the time you sin against your Creator, you rebel against your Creator, you refuse to obey his commandment, by Yahweh become your enemies. Now you have a war between you and Yahweh, not between Satan or white man. You get a war with Yahweh, not white man, not Satan. Satan don't even see you. It's between you and your Creator. Now is a time now for you to get right with your Creator before it's too late. It's gonna be too late. Long time our Yahweh was open up the earth and bury people alive, save you money. Now he makes sure he make you suffer first. Then it's till you destroy. Our Yahweh say, I will make you serve your enemies. I will make you serve your enemies. Why? Because of your disobedience. To feel when I'm talking to you as a father of love, as a Creator, you refuse to listen to me, I'm going to let you taste what your enemy can do to you. Whatever you see happen in the United States of America is nothing yet. Because you're all taken, oh, I born in this country. It is my country. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? The children of Israel will spend 430 years in the land of Mizraim. They never claimed themselves to be an Egyptians. But now you're all called, oh, I'm an Americans. But they call you African Americans. That means you are not an American, you are an African. They give you privilege to be in this land. You are a foreigners. Start by celebrating July the 4th. July the 4th is not for you because you are a slave in the land anyway. You keep on celebrating trust. You don't even know the meaning of it. The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 31. Listen. Now, Yahweh sent a wind that bore quails from the sea and let them fall around the tent for miles in every directions. There were quails flying about their 4 feet aside the ground. They was asking for food, for meat. I bet we're going to give them some meat. Hello? Verse 32. So the people went out and caught quails all day, throughout the night. And all the day next day, Abaya will give them quail. Hey, they ask for meat. Abaya say, you ask for meat, you complete, I'm going to give you some meat. Abaya will make sure he give them quails. And let's see what's happening. If I will has permitted a human being to eat meat, let's see when the children of Israel was on the wilderness, they cry, I want meat, I want meat, I want meat. Listen what Yahweh do to them. Listen carefully. Pay attention. You think Yahweh play, right? Verse 32. So the people went out and caught quails all day long And throughout the night and all the next days, no one gathered less than 40 minutes. They spread the quail all around the tent to dry because they caught so many quails. They say, oh, I'm going to eat meat for months. Yahweh say, okay, you're asking meat. I give it to you. Let's see what you're going to do with them. Are you finished, Carson? Are you finished, Andre? Verse 33, listen. Why the meat was still between the teeth, before he was showing the anger of Yahweh born against the children of Israel, and Yahweh struck them with severe plagues. Hello? Anybody understand? I want somebody to read the book of Numbers, 11 chapter, verse 32 for me. Verse 33, amen. The book of Numbers, 11 chapter, verse 33. If Abba Yahweh really permitted you to eat meat, to consume meat, when the children of Israel was on the wilderness, they complained they need meat. He gave them quail. Why he killed them? Why he killed them on the wilderness if it was permitted for them to eat? I want somebody, please, to quote for me the book of Numbers, 11 chapter, verse 33, please. Be a witness for everything. If you are refused to stop by eating meat, you're going to die pretty soon. Because Abba don't play. You see, you spend your time go see a doctor. The last times, it's your end. That's it. Because when Yahweh said no, he said no. You don't supposed to be eating meat. Whatever the circumstances. It's better you are in Yahweh boat or you are out of Yahweh boat. But if you are in Yahweh boat, don't be a hypocrite. Because Yahweh know your mind. He know everything about you. He have a book written about you. Yahweh said to Jeremiah, before I even put you in your mother's womb, I already know you. So you can deceive yourself. You can lie to yourself, but nobody can lie to Yahweh because he knows everything. Before you even do it, you already know you're going to do it. So you can see yourself, you're going to lie to Yahweh. You think Yahweh play dice? Or you smoke some weed, you might be drunk? Just like God, just like Jesus? No. Can anybody please quote for me the book of Numbers, 11 chapter, verse 32 on the screen, please. I want everybody to be a witness what takes place when you eat meat, when Yahweh said you must not eat meat. What taken place when the children of Israel cry into Moses, we need some meat. We forget about when we was in Egypt. We was eat this, we would eat this, we would eat this. Why we bring it for what? To kill us. We don't eat this, we don't have this, we don't have this. They keep on complaining. Yahweh sick and tired. Look what Yahweh do to them. The book of Numbers, somebody please. The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 33. Somebody please. Put on the screen for me. The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 33. Nobody home? Everybody sleeping? The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 33. I know it takes time to tap in. I will be patient. Give you a few minutes and see what's going on. The time is clicking. I wait very patiently. See if anybody understands what's taking place. The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 33. Nobody home? Nobody see it? Nobody find it? Or you're so scared? Nobody sees it? The book of Numbers, 11 chapter verse 33 stated, while the meat was still between the teeth, before he was showing the anger of Yahweh born against the children of Israel, and Yahweh struck them with severe plagues. When they finished cook the meat, they put them in their mouth. That's why grave and craving. Crave and craving. They ask for meat. Yahweh say, okay, I'm going to give you some meat. You're complaining too much. I'm going to give you some meat. I'm going to give you some meat to eat. So Yahweh give them, everybody get over 40 meal of quails. But by the times they cook it, and they show it, the anger of Yahweh born against them, and Yahweh struck them with severe plagues. Verse 34, so that place was called Kipput Bata Ava. Kipput Bata Ava, which means grave of the glutton, because they are buried the people who has quail meat from Egypt. Grave or quaving. Grave or quaving. Grave of quaving. You quaving for things and you get to grave for it. You go to your grave. My friends, so that place was called Kibbutz Ata Ava. Kibbutz Ata Ava, which means grave, glutton, because they buried the people who had quail meat from Egypt. If Yahweh was permitted for people to consume meat, why it killed all those who eat quails when they compete with it meat? Yahweh said, okay, you eat meat? All right. I will give you meat. He give them quail. All them who eat quail, he killed all of them. About you who eat pigs, you don't die yet, but you are on the way to die because the sickness. If you eat pig, you do not know what you put in your stomach. It is good, yes. I was there too. I was eating meat, but I was not a lover of meat. I was eat crabs. I do not know. I ought eat shrimp. I do not know. Abba will forgive me. Because that's the way they teach us. We can eat all kind of trash. Satan has only one agenda, to make us against our Creator. And then he just turn back. He will put you in trouble. Why take you so long? But why the meat was still between the teeth, and before it should be consumed, Yahweh anger burning up and struck the children of Israel with plagues. My friends, you're playing with fire. You do not know you're playing with fire. When Yahweh say you not must consume, that should not kill. He don't give you no choice to kill animals, a ant, a trees. He said, do not eat anything who crawls on the face of the earth, including human being. Why you take somebody's life you cannot give back? Why you kill a fellow animal is your friend? Adam was play with the animals. He never harmed them. You have a dog. It's better to have one dog. You don't have 10 friends. Because dogs, very loyal. They are very loving. You can do a dog whatever it, the dog gonna love you more than it love itself. But a human being only love you when you can give them. When you can give them, oh, you are a good person. You are a God. But the day you say, I can't, they try to hang you. My friends, that not even recorded in the book of Numbers. But now we're going to take the book of Psalm 78, chapter verse 29. Psalm 78, chapter verse 29. So they hate and were filled for Yahweh. Give them what they crave for. I see how that I will use. You want something? Okay, I will give it to you. So they hate and were filled for Yahweh, give them what they was craving for, meat. So Yahweh give it to them, hey, they filled, they satisfied. Verse 30, but before they satisfied their craving, while the meat was yet in the mouth, while the meat was still in the mouth. So it's recorded from the book of Numbers, now from the book of Psalm. So don't play with Yahweh. He put everything someplace, but he have to reveal to you things. So listen. But before they satisfied their craving, while the meat was yet in their mouth, we say the same thing with the book of Numbers. That's like the same spirit. The spirit of Yahweh cannot contradict it one another because they are same spirit. Same thing. The book of Numbers say, the book of Psalms say the same thing. But before they satisfied their cravings, while the meat was yet in their mouth, Yahweh anger was against them, and Yahweh killed the stronger of them and laid low the young of the children of Israel. Hello, why Yahweh killed them? Yahweh become angry and killed the strongest and best from the families of Israel. Why Yahweh killed them? Why Yahweh killed the strongest one? Because they were the one who was revolted against Moses, against Yahweh. I need some meat. I was always eat some meat. Now I need this. Are you bringing you around here to eat? Yahweh say, okay, I hear your complaint. The same way I will send Moses to rescue you. Now we're going to play the game. You think you know how to play the game, but you do not know the rules. I get the rules. You want this? I will give it to you. But I will show you who am I. That's why Yahweh is a consuming fire. Yahweh is a soldier. He don't play. Most people thinking, why Joshua kill? Why you kill? Do you ask your government why they kill? A lot of people say Yahweh is a criminal because he killed too many people. Do you ask your government if they are a criminal? Why they killed so many people? Do they create them? Yahweh is the creator. It's not a creation. He can do whatever he pleases because he creates. He say, I am Yahweh. This is me. So I'm the one who give life. I'm the one who take life. I'm the one who wanted. I'm the one who healed because he have the power, the authority. But a man has no power, no authority to even kill a ant, to even cut a tree. Abaya will become angry and kill the strongest, best from the families of the children of Israel. My friends, the book of Psalm 106, verse 14, the book of Psalm 106, verse 14. In the desert, they give in to their craving. In the wilderness, they put Yahweh to the test. Hello. It's also recorded in the book of Tehillim 106, verse 14 and 15. It's not only in the book of Numbers. It's everywhere for people to know what Yahweh will kill them. Because they was asking, I want meat, I want meat, I want meat, I want meat. I will say, okay, I will give you meat. Just sit down waiting for me. Moses, don't worry. I will give them meat. I will give them what they ask. Don't worry about that. Let me take care of that, Moses. And the desert and the wilderness, they give into the craving. The craving for what? For meat in the wilderness. They put Yahweh to the test. Verse 15. So Yahweh gave them what they asked for. But a wasting disease among them. So Yahweh granted them all they want, but sent a wasting disease upon them and killed them. all them who eat quails, all them killed by Yahweh. Verse 17, because of the earth opened up, it swallowed death and buried Abirams and the other, those who rebelled against Yahweh commandments. Verse 18, fire blazed among the followers, and flame consumed the wicked. Flame consumed the wicked. My friends, let's take the book of Daniel. It's too good to be true. Let's take the book of Daniel, first chapter, verse 1. See what it said. The book of Daniel, we are there. The book of Daniel, first chapter, verse 1. During the 3rd years of King Jehoiakim, when in Yahudah, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came to Yerushalayim and besieged the cities. Verse 2. Yahweh gave him victory over King Jehoiakim of Judah and permitted him to take some of the set-apart objects from the temple of Yahweh, from Yerushalayim. So King Nebuchadnezzar took them back to the land of Babylonia and placed them in the treasure house of his God. His God. That's why I say you must not have no other God but me. Verse 3. Then the king ordered Asvenas, his chief of staff, to bring the palace some of the young men of Yahudah, royal family, and other nobles' families who has been brought to Babylon as captives. Just like those who are in this country, United States of America, you think you are not in captivities. I want to tell you tonight, you are in slavery. You are there for 400 years. You are not even half a length yet. You have a long way to go. A lot of you thinking the slavery will start in 1619. You get a long way to go. You do not know when the slavery will start. So you get a long way to go, and you get a lot to learn. If you don't learn nothing, you're going to die here. The king commanded Asvenas, his chief of Enoch, to bring some of the people of Israel, both of the royal family and the nobility, and other, because he want them. Verse 4. Young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language of the literature of the Babylonian, because the Babylonian would not speak the same language as the children of Israel. Select only strong, healthy, and good-looking young men, he said. Make sure they are well-versed and every branches of learning, are gifted with wisdom. This is knowledge, but it's not knowledge, it's wisdom. And good judgment, and are suited to serve in the royal palace. Train these young men in the language and the literature of Babylonian. Verse 5. The king assigned them a daily rations of food and wine from his own kitchen. They were to be training for 3 years, and then two will enter the royal service. Listen carefully, my friend. Learn from that. The king assigned them a daily portion of the food that the king ate. So I don't think anybody gonna refuse the kingdom food, the tasty food. But you're gonna see who's gonna reject that food. The kings assigned them a daily portion of the food that the king ate himself. That's a big privilege for a person who are in slavery to eat, to have the privilege to eat the same food the king eating. That's a big blessing, right? But it's not. And for the wine that he drank, They were to be educated for 3 years, and at the end of that time, they were to stand before the king. Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were 4 of the young men chosen from the tribe of Yehuda. Among those who were chosen were some from Yehuda, Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So there is no Jude, there is no Peter, there is no Paul. Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Verse 7. The chief of staff will name them with this Babylonian name. Daniel's name was changed. And Sabbath, Mishael, and Sabbath name was changed also. That's why they changed Yahushua's name. They give Jesus. That's what they're doing for a living, change people's name. The chief of staff will name them with this Babylonian name. Daniel was called Belteshazzar. Ananiah was called Shadrach. Mishael was called Meshach. Azariah was called Abednego. Are we there? And the chief of the give them name Daniel is called Belteshazzar. Ananiah is called Shadrach. Mishael is called Meshach. And Azariah is called Abednego. So they will change the name just to them to lose the identity who they are. But Daniel was determined not to defile himself by eating the food and wine given to them by the king. Hello? Do you see how Daniel was loyal to Yahweh? The king offered me his own food. He said, no. I don't want the tasty food. I don't want to put that abomination inside my stomach. No. I don't want to defile myself with the king's food. To have that privilege, you're all going to be joy. Oh, yes, I want to give me tasty food. That's the food the king is eating. But listen what Daniel said. Daniel 1st chapter verse 8. But Daniel resolved that he will not defile himself with the king's food or with the wine that he drank. Therefore, he asked the chief of the Babylonians to allow him not to defile himself. He said, I don't want to defile myself. I don't want to eat the tasty food of the king. I don't want to drink no wine either. I don't want to put that abominable thing inside of me because I don't want to defile myself. I know who am I. I don't want the tasty food. And Daniel made up his mind that he will not defile himself. How many of you are going to make up your mind not to defile yourself by eating the king tasty food, the delicious food, the expensive food? Are you going to reject it? No. But Daniel, which if Yahweh's spirit on him, he rejected that offer. He said, So he sought permission from the commandant of the official that he might not defile himself by eating meat, by eating what Yahweh told you not to eat in the pagan's king plates. That also a defiling of your body. And verse 9, now Yahweh has given the chief of staff both respect and affection for Daniel. That's what Daniel was special. Daniel means Yahweh is my judge. And Yahweh give Daniel favor and compassion in the sight of the chief of the officials. Verse 10. But he responded, I am afraid of my lord the king, who has ordered that you eat this food and wine. If you become pale and thin compared to the other youth, your age, I am afraid the king will have no other choice but to kill you, to behead you. But the officer told Daniel, I am afraid of my lord the king, who has assigned your food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than the other young men your age? The king would then have my head be cut off because of you. Daniel said, do you know something? Verse 11. He spoke with the attendant who had been appointed by the chief of staff to look after Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Daniel said to the steward, whom the chief of the eunuch has assigned over Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Verse 12. Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water, Daniel said. Daniel said, I want nothing. I want no meat. I want no tasty food. Just give me some vegetables and water. Give it to me for 2 weeks. And let's see. Give me a chance. I don't want no meat. I don't want no tasty food. I don't want no shrimp. I don't want the food king. I don't want no wine. Please just give me some good vegetables to eat and water to drink. That's all I need. Give me some vegetable. Daniel, 1st chapter, verse 12. Please, test your servant for 10 days. Let us be given only vegetable to eat and water to drink. That's why the requirement Daniel was asking. Verse 13. Then compare our appearance with of the young men who eat the royal food, and treat your servant in accordance with what you see. Daniel said, give me 10 days. Just give me vegetables and water to drink. I don't want no royal kingdom food. I don't want no tasty food. I don't want no special food. I want just vegetables. And give me water to drink, and that's it. After 10 days, and let's see. At the end of the 10 days, Daniel, 1st chapter, verse 13. At the end of the 10 days, see how we look compared to the others young men who are eating the king's food. Then make your decisions in light of what you see. Daniel said, okay, I don't have any problem. If I have to die, I have to die with my belief. But I will not going to defile myself by eating the king food. Just give me some vegetable and water to drink. That's all I need. After 10 days, if you see I look bad, I was worse. The way you think and I'm not look, you can decide whatever you want to do with me. But just give me what I'm asking you. Verse 14, the attendants agree to Daniel's suggestions and test them for 10 days. So they granted Daniel what Daniel asking. Nothing impossible when you chose Yahweh. Verse 15, at the end of the 10 days, Daniel and his 3 friends look healthy and better nourished than the young men who had been eating the food assigned by the king. Hello, somebody. Are you there? At the end of the 10 days, it was seen that they were better in appearance and fatter and flesh than all the youth who eat the king's food. So when they say they don't need it, they know what Yahweh can do. Verse 13. So after that, the attendants fed them only vegetable instead of the food and wine provided for the others. Are you hearing me? After that, the attendants respect them. He feed them only with vegetables and water. But the others one, they always feed them with the king's food. Verse 17, Yahweh gave those 4 young men an unusual aptitude for understanding every aspect of literature and wisdom. And Yahweh gave Daniel the special ability to interpret the meaning of visions and dreams. My friends, I will have to still our in here. That's the last verse to you tonight. When the training period ordered by the king was completed, the chief of staff brought all the young men to the king Nebuchadnezzar. That's the last one. The king talked with them, and no one impressed him as much as Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the royal service. Hello! All them who was eating the tasty food, the royal kingdoms of King Nebuchadnezzar food, they look awful. They would trash, garbage. Just like today, when you eat those kind of food, you eating on the restaurants, Burger King, fried chickens, all kind of abominations, kosher food. Where the kosher coming from? Kosher pig? When Yahweh says it's an abomination? When Yahweh says it's unclean for you? Do not eat anything who move on the earth of the earth. But Daniel will say, I don't want to eat no tasty food. Just give me vegetable and water. That's why I need. Just give me vegetable and water. And let's see. Give me 10 days. Try me for 10 days. If I don't have any improvement, you can do whatever you want with me. But I will not going to eat the king food to defile myself. When you eat meat, you defile yourself. You eat pig, you defile yourself. Whatever Yahweh say, do not put in your stomach. If you eat it, you defile yourself. You puritate yourself. You become unclean. Just like the same thing you eating is unclean. You put it, you become unclean too. Very pretty simple. You get weak, you get sick because you eat. You do not discern the body of Yahushuah HaMashiach. So when you eat, you become weak, you become sick, and the next thing, you die. Because you're eating what you don't supposed to be eating. Verse 20. Whatever the king consulted them in any matter requiring wisdom and balanced judgment, the king found them 10 times more capable than any of the magicians and ancestor in his entire kingdom. Hello. In every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king inquired of them, the king found them 10 times better, 10 times better than all the magicians and ancestor that were in all his kingdom. And what they can do? Verse 21. And Daniel remained there until the first year of the king Cyrus. Daniel remained in the royal service until the first year of the reign of King Cyrus. My friends, we've been deceived, misled, and lied to. When I Yahweh say you must, it is a must. Don't listen to people say you can try. Just like Daniel, if I have an opportunity to eat the expensive food, but he said, I don't want to defile myself with the king food. I don't want to defile myself. Just feed me with the vegetable and water. The other say, I'm afraid if you eat those kind of things, you're not going to look the way the king wants you to look. He said, test me for 10 days. Just give me 10 days. Just give me some vegetable and water to drink. After 10 days, if there's any improvement, do whatever you want. Just please give me 10 days. So they wanted Daniel to do whatever he's doing. My friends, flowers and grass is fade away. But what our Almighty Creator has said is stand forever. 1 Peter 1st chapter verse 25. But the word of Yahweh is stand forever. And this is the word that was proclaimed to you today. That should not kill, including the fellow humans and the fellow friends, the animals. Your word, O Yahweh, is everlasting. It is firmly fixed in the paradise. The book of Isaiah 56 chapter verse 10. As distinguish the end from the beginning, and ancient time from what it is still to come. saying my purpose will be established, and I will accomplish all my good pleasure. Hello. Yahweh say, I will accomplish all my good pleasure. You think Yahweh creates his creation for you to enjoy? No. He created them for him to enjoy. For the animals to worship Yahweh. All the animals today worship Yahweh except men. All the trees, they worship Yahweh. They bow down to Yahweh. They praise Yahweh except men. Every creation of Yahweh today, they know today is the 7 days. They know today is the day of independence of Abba Yahweh. All the creation of Yahweh, praise Yahweh, worship Yahweh, be grateful, thankful to Abba Yahweh, except men. That's why Yahweh say, an ox know its master. A donkey is honor creature, but Israel do not know me. Yahweh put you beneath, he put animals above you. An animal getting more love than the human. That's true. My friends, the book of Isaiah 55 chapter verse 11. So my word that proceed from my mouth will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I please, and it will be prosper when I send it. Are you with it? So my word that proceed from my mouth will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I please, and it will prosper when I send it to be. My friends, do not deceive yourself. We've been misled. We've been lied to. We're eating whatever trash. That's why there's so many sickness and disease. The same way you see Yahweh, the children of Israel was craving for meat. Instead of after there was grave for craving. So they don't even finish it. The craving of the meat, they go to the grave. That's the same thing going to be happening to you. When you keep on eating meat, when Yahweh said that should not kill. Even you don't kill it, but you kill something, somebody take life they don't supposed to be. We've been misled, we've been lied to. I was there too. As I told you, I was eating crabs. I remember my mother used to be go buy crab, they lost to buy crab when I was paralyzed. I was eat shrimp. I was eat snow crabs. I do not know. I was eat shrimp. Fish. Yes, I was always love fish, especially snapper. But I was not a big fan of shrimp, scallop, lobsters. I was never be a big fan of it. But sometime, yes, I was eating crabs. I was eating shrimp. I was eating scallop because I was not know. But Yahweh forgive me because I was not arrogant, because I do not know. But now if I do any stupid thing, I am no more ignorant. I'm going to be self-arrogant. Because everyone who know what is right don't do it. It's a sin. Remember, sin is the transgression of the law. When any one of you thinking, I don't care, I don't mind, you know the consequence, you know the price. You become just like Adam and Eve on the Garden of Eden. My friends, love is love. I'm here today. It's not because I'm good. I was a good for nothing. It's not something I'm doing. It's because of the grace of Abba Yahweh. I receive a mercy. After 7 years, paralyzed. After 7 years of pain and sufferings, I learned from humiliations, pain and sufferings, 7 back surgery, 51 pills a day. I take cortisone shot and morphine shot, nothing do for me, because I was disobey my Creator. I pay big price for my mistake. 325 pounds. Abba Yahweh squeeze me as the orange juice until he put me down to 100 pounds. The more I read it, is the more it put it fit in my neck, stronger me. Whatever I try to do to help myself is the same way I take a poison I put inside my body. I take all the pills, all the drugs, they do nothing for me. I drink very heavy. I drunk, I still feel the pain. I take quarters and shot and morphine shot and nothing was doing anything for me. I smoke 3-pack and 4-pack of cigarettes a day. Nothing can do anything for me. Everything I put in my mouth, it was a poison I put in my mouth. Until after 7 years, Abaya will call me, say, Daniel, you know you sin against me. I said, yes. He said, now get up and do whatever I told you to do. The Israelites is still confused until today because she never see a crippled man get up and walk and praise in Yahweh for 3 days. I would just see, I cannot take it no more. I miss too much pain. The next time I know, I was jumping in the house, praising Yahweh. That's something she never see in her life. She's still in shock until today because she never see a crippled man get up and walk and alive. So doctor always tell me I will never be able to walk again in my life. Whatever go through your life today, maybe you rejected Yahweh call in your life. Maybe you rejected the commandment of Yahweh. Abba Yahweh want you to give him more attentions. Because sometimes people thinking it's to kill somebody, it's to rob a bank that make you sin. No. When you rebel against your Creator words, your Creator commitments, you disobey him, that is the worst crime you ever committed in your life. That's why he said the wage of sin is death. Whatever you sin against your Creator, there's only one penalty he wants to give it to you, is to destroy you. My friends, we've been misled, we've been lied to. But now if Abba Yahweh perhaps open up your mind, open up your eyes, open up your ear, you can listen to the truth. Stop eating pigs, stop eating meat, start killing Abba Yahweh creations. Abba Yahweh said, whatever is moving on the face of the earth, you don't supposed to be eating them. Abba Yahweh will give you all the green plants, all the fruit bearing trees, all the trees bearing fruit, contain seed for food, not the animals. Start by putting sickness, disease. The pork, the swine, the pig you are eating, you get the sickness. That animals is so much dirty thing, is so much dirty thing. You know when you eat them, what you do to yourself? You put the same sickness, the same abominations inside your stomach. You're not going to kill you only once, but the more you consume it, it's the more it's going to destroy you. Start by destroying yourself. Abba do not create you to destroy yourself. He created you to enjoy his creation. All of Abba Yahweh creation enjoy his creation except mankind. Because of stiff-necked people. Because of our rebellions, our disobedience against our Creator. Abba Yahweh, you know all things. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for your words. If I want to start by talking to your people, I'm not going to be stopped, but I know some of them going to work tonight. They need a little words. They need a little privacy. Some of them going to looking for life tonight. Abba Yahweh, I thank you so much for the YAHUWEH, for your words, for the privilege you give it to me to be your messenger, to represent you at your kingdom. The blessing you give it to me, Abba Yahweh. I don't go to school to be where I am today. But you melted me. You formed me the way you want me to be. I can say today, thank you, Abba Yahweh, for the pain and suffering you was put me through. It is for my good. Today, I can enjoy my blessing. But when you suffer, that's why you say, for those you are love, you discipline them, you rebuke them, and you chastise them as a earthly father discipline his own children. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for the way you was discipline me, for the way you was bend me down for my pride and put me down, put your feet in my neck, to be not what I want to be, to be not what I want to be, but to be what you want me to be. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for that privilege. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for your rebuke, for your discipline, and for your chastising. I thank you so much to make me a better person, to make me a messenger. That's a privilege to serve you in your kingdom and to follow the footsteps of your son, YAHUWEH MESSIAH. Thank you. And I'm asking you to thanks. I thank you for the other viewers, for all those who are willing, Abba Yahweh, not those who are want, but those who are willing to step their feet down. Those who was eating pigs, who was eating meat, who was killing your creations without knowing. I think today there's no excuse. They cannot say, I do not know. For in the time of ignorance, I know you overlook at it. But now you commend those who are victimized by those pastors, those ministers, those spiritual leaders, and those elders who has been lied to them. Now you reveal to them the truth, Abba Yahweh. If they don't save it, if they don't receive it, if they reject it, that's going to be their business. But in the time of judgment day, they cannot say, I do not know. My friends, may Abba Yahweh be with you. May Abba Yahweh bless your new week to come. May Abba Yahweh provide for you, for everything you need. Only one thing you have to do, stop by depends in your own self. Stop by learns in yourself. Learn in Abba Yahweh. And let Abba Yahweh direct your path, because he knows the right directions for you. Abba Yahweh say, I have a plan for you. The plan I have for you is not a plan to hurt you. It's not a plan to destroy you, but a plan to make you prosper on the future. May Abba Yahweh be with you. Abba Yahweh, to those who are going to work tonight, protect them, preserve them. Behind the wheels, Abba Yahweh, take their wheel and driving for them. No matter when they go out, be with them. Keep them safe on this wicked, evil world, Abba Yahweh. When they step inside the work, when they walk inside, whatever they do, they're coming back, Abba Yahweh. Still, keep your eyes upon them 24/7. Those who donate to your ministries, who help your ministry, whatever they give, they help the views, they listen to your word. Whatever they can give, they can contribute to your ministries. For those who are keep captives and all over the world, who are blind by the traditions of the Jewish, by the tradition of the Christianity, by the tradition of Jehovah's Witness, by the tradition of the Muslim Allah, by the tradition of Buddha, or whatever the tradition are by Yahweh, they preserve, they protect your ministry. Everybody can know about your commandments, your name Yahweh, Yahushua. One day every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Yahshua is Yahweh, and the commandment of Yahweh must also be established before the end of this age. Abba Yahweh, bless all those who bless your ministries. Bless all those who support your ministry. Bless all those who donate donations in order your will can be done. Every single person on the earth will not going to left behind because of those who support, who donate to your ministries. Because the donation is not for me to enjoy myself or to enjoy my life or to take in because of my lifestyles or to support my addiction. I don't have no addiction. The one addiction I have is to do the will of Abba Yahweh. is to proclaim the good news of the kingdom of Abba Yahweh. And this is why Yahweh was create me, and I will do it until he called me. It will tell me I'm done. But I want all of you to endure until the end, because it's just the beginning. There's a lot of way to go. When you see the wave, don't be scared of the wave. The wave is not coming in your life to hurt you, to destroy you. The wave is coming to clean you up, to set you apart, to purify you, to sanctify you, to make you clean for Abba Yahweh. I am Kadosh. You must be also Kadosh. Don't touch anything unclean, and I will receive you for myself, said Yahweh. May Abba Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Abba Yahweh keep his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. May Abba Yahweh lift its countenance upon you, give you shalom. B'Shem Yahshua HaMashiach, say shalom. B'Shem Yahshua HaMashiach, say shalom. B'Shem Yahshua HaMashiach, say shalom. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, the Prince of Peace, the Melech of Israel, the one who can forgive the sin of those who believe in him. Yahshua HaMashiach, the one 2,000 years ago, who said, I'm coming in my own do not receive me not. But if anyone believe in me, and he believe in my name, to those I give the power and authority to become the children of Yahweh. Yahshua HaMashiach, according to the book of Acts, 4th chapter, verse 12, the only name give above, not beneath. Anything can from above, can from Yahshua. The only name give above any man can receive salvation. What is the meaning of Yahushua? Yahushua, Yahuweh salvation. You can call upon TMH. Yahweh, Yahweh, I am that I am, Asher, Ayah, Asher. Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, Yahweh, Yahweh, whatever you call him, you're wasting your time. There is only one name, give above, any man can receive salvation. It's only Yahshua. If you don't have Yahshua in your life, you have nothing in your life, and you are wasting of your time. I am Messenger Daniel. Until next time, say Shalom Aleichem. Peace be today. May Abba Yahweh bless your new week to come and provide for you and keep you safe from this evil world who are about to destroy. My friends, I love that little song. Let's put that little song again. Do you love it? I love it. Let's do it. Let's listen to it. I love that song. It means something. It's not you. I don't want you. I want that song. Yes. Thank you so very much. I don't want the trumpet now. Yes, that's the one I want. Thank you.
If there's one thing I've learned as an Israelite,
are you learning anything from Israelites?
we've got to keep the commandments.
If you don't keep the commitment of Abba Yahweh, you are not an Israelite. I don't care who you are.
So I got the Bible and opened it up.
Come on. Let's walk before the mercy seat of Yahweh.
And I saw that I was living wrong.
When you saw you was living wrong, you was eating pig, swine, scallop, everything. Now it's time to reject them. Start by putting sickness, disease in your body. Start by giving Satan the opportunity. Start by bringing, come on. Don't be the same. Start by eating meat. Be a vegan. Eat vegetable. That's why I will give you to eat. It's not easy, but try. When you will start doing your best, when you are on the grave, just like the children of Israel was grieving for meat, Yahweh kill them. You're going to do the same thing with you. Graven for meat. And you're going to see what's going to be happening to you. Wave of graven.
This time I'm gonna be faithful, that's for sure.
It is your, as a driver of yourself, you get that choice.
I don't wanna live the way I did before.
You can live that way. Yahweh is ready to bury you alive anyway.
So I decided I'ma stop playing.
Whatever you see is nothing yet but the beginning of
I
it.
don't wanna be the same, no. I'ma change my life, I'ma do things right.
All those who walk in, it is a time now to take in what is going on, what take place, what do I have to learn, not to burning places. Let Yahweh be the judge. Vengeance is mine, said Yahweh.
If I stay faithful, he'll be faithful to me. He won't let me fall down. He won't let me fall down.
We are the children of Israel. We are not black Americans or African Americans. Your nationality is Israel. You are of the house of Israel. You are not African Americans. Reject that African Americans. You are Israel. You are an Israelites. Stop by playing them. Don't let nobody tell you African Americans. You are not African Americans. You are of the house of Israel. Let rise up, O children of Israel, no matter where you are. Let it stand. Just like they respect the Jewish, they must respect the children of Israel. No vaccinations, no medicine. Don't stop let people to destroy you. So it is a time for the children of Israel to proclaim the good news of the kingdom of Yahweh, to stand for what you believe. Don't let men take it for you.
This song is...
I don't want you. I want this song. Yes.
Yahweh,
My to do my oh Yahweh, thank you.
Yahweh,
For the blessed Sabbath you give it to me. To bless me enough to see another Sabbath. Abba Yahweh, I'm asking to provide for all the viewers, all the listeners, all your people in the courts, the boats, to preserve them, protect them, and provide for them. Those who are sick, aid them. No matter where you are, come on, get up. Receive your blessing, release your joy. Get up in your sofa. Don't be lazy, don't be ashamed of calling Yahweh. We don't miss now, Mommy, Yahweh. Come on, let's call upon Abba Yahweh. Let's walk before the throne of Abba Yahweh, before the mercy seat as Abba Yahweh for forgiveness. Papa, Mini Nina Muna Muche. Oh yes, hallelujah. Praise be to Yahweh. No matter where you are, what language, what country you are, call Yahweh by his name. Momenane mamona ye Yahweh, mami no azuna. Come on, the children of Israel. Mamona ye Yahweh. Yahweh. Oh yes. Thank you, Abba Yahweh. Mama ye mache. Yes. No matter which language, no matter what color you are, no matter which country you are, Abba Yahweh say, if you observe all his commandments, you call him by his name, he will bless you. He will give you a name bigger than son and daughters. Come on, no matter where you are tonight.
everlasting Father, here I am to bow before you.
It is a time for the children of Israel, no matter where you are, to call Abba Yahweh by his name, and to praise Abba Yahweh, to call Abba Yahweh by his name. There is no other name give among men, any man can receive salvation. Yahweh is a strong tower. Yahweh is your 911. Whatever problem you get, call Yahweh by his name. When you call Yahweh by his name, he's not going to put you on hold. About say, call me by my name, then I will reveal to you the secret kingdom you never know in your life. But you must call it by his name. Come on. Let's thank you, Abba Yahweh, for your Sabbath day, for your blessing, the first Sabbath day, for the day you are sanctified, for the day you are rested, for the day you are refreshed, for the day you are no Abba Yahweh. You asking, is it permanent for life? Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for everything. Especially for those of you, for your people who try to awaken Satan has been keep captive to do his will, Abba Yahweh. Thank you for the soul you bring me to you. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for all those who come near to you, those you choose from the darkness to be in your kingdom, the kingdom of priests. Yahweh, la light over to all of you. Every bless and great weekends in the name of YAHUWEH MESSIAH. Good night. I see you next time. Momoto Yahweh. Momoto Yahweh. Hey. Oh yes. Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for your spirit, for your peace, for your kindness, for your joys. Yahweh. Yes. This is the name